Hey guys, Soul Closet here. You may notice I have a new microphone. So fancy. All that quality. Hmm. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to, um, it's kind of like jailbreaking a Wii, but there's not as many consequences and it's not against any rules at all. Because there's no Wiis that have warranty anymore. So, I mean, if you buy a Wii like right now from a store, you have warranty, but if you bought your Wii more than 2 years ago, you're good. So, I mean, and really, you're never going to break it. And if you do, then you were doing some serious stuff and you knew what you were doing. So, anyway, unimportant. I'm going to show you guys how to hack your Wii and put stuff on it. And the example I'm going to be using for stuff you can put on it is a Game Boy emulator. So, yeah. With that said, let's get on with this. So, the things you're going to need are a computer with an SD card port. Now, you don't have to have a port built into the computer. You can use a USB thing. But basically, your computer has to be able to communicate with an SD card. And you're going to need an SD card. The SD card must be between 2 and 32 gigabytes in size. It can't be 1, it can't be 64. It has to be between 2 and 32. Anywhere between there in size, perfectly fine. Just letting you know. It's not because of the amount of space we're going to put on there, or the amount of stuff we're going to put on there, but it's just how the Wii reads SD cards. Your Wii will need to be on the 4.3 menu version, and I know that you can't check, but if you've gotten all your system updates ending in 2012, so like if your last system update was the beginning of this year or before, you're probably fine. So yeah, it should be good. So yeah. Also know what region your Wii is from. You know, Europe, Japan, America. That's easy. With that said, let's pop over to the Wii to get our first piece of information. Okay, guys, so over on your Wii, you're going to want to go to the Wii menu. You don't have to have the SD card in or anything. And you're going to want to go to the Wii options. Okay? Wii settings. When it loads. You want to go to the right, and you want to go to Internet. And then you want to go to console information. Now, I'm not going to do it, because if I show you the thing that I'm trying to, tell you to see, people could hack me, and I don't want that to happen. So just for safety reasons, I'm not going to show you. But you're going to want to click on console information, and the number at the top should be your MAC address. It should say MAC address. Yeah, the top number letter combination is MAC address. You want to take a picture or write it down, and then we can go back to the computer. So I'll see you guys over there. Okay, guys, so back on the computer, once you have your MAC address, written down and such, taken a picture of, whatever you have it, as long as you know your MAC address, then you want to make sure your SD card is in the computer. As long as your SD card's in the computer and you can put stuff on it, then you're good. Okay, so you want to open up your browser and go to link 1 in the description. It'll be please.hackme.com, and you're going to want to put in your MAC address. Now, I'm going to pause here while I put it in, because, as I said before, you guys can't see this. Not a good thing. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so you want to make sure that you type in your MAC address into the slots, put in the CAPTCHA. You want to say yes to bundle the HackMe installer, and you can cut either wire. It's just a little joke. So, once that's good, you want to go to your downloads, and you want to find letterbomb.zip. It won't be called letterbomb1, it'll be just letterbomb.zip. And you'll see these files. Now, if you don't have a zip opener, Windows might open it, but if it doesn't, then you want to get something like 7-zip. But any zip opener works. You just need the files. Now what you want to do is you want to find your SD card. And you just want to drag everything from letterbomb.zip onto your SD card. You want to make sure that at this point that none of your personal things, nothing is on your SD card. You don't have to format it, but you want nothing on your SD card other than the letter bomb files. If it's there, it'll get deleted and your Wii might mess up forever. So it's very important that you take all of your personal things off of there and then put the letter bomb objects in. With that said, let's go over to the Wii. Okay guys, so over at the Wii, you want to start it up with the SD card in. And you want to go to the menu, and you might get a letter. Now if you don't, that's okay. Okay, if you don't get it right away, you want to go to the message board. Oh, there it is. Okay. Within the last couple of days, so look back a bit if you don't see it on the current day. You might even have to look forward. But within a week or so, either way, of the current date that you're doing this, you should see a big letter with a bomb on it. Click it. And right here, you might be like, oh god, I did it wrong. What did I do? But this is what's supposed to happen. Now you should just wait. You'll see this funny disclaimer. This software must not be sold, neither alone nor as part of a bundle. If you paid for this software, received it as part of a bundle following payment, you have been scammed and should demand your money back immediately. For further details, see hackme.com. I always thought that was funny, because the people who made the Homebrew channel are telling you not to pay for it. I just love that. Anyway, so after an unnaturally long time viewing this disclaimer screen, it'll tell you to press 1, press 1. Okay? Now, both of those should say can be installed, and the iOS version should say 58 for both of them. If it doesn't, it still should be fine, but it's supposed to say 58. If they both say 58, can be installed, then continue. If they don't, do not continue, because you'll mess stuff up. If they don't say, if those things are different, then it's likely you can't do it, and you should look it up to make sure. But if it's this, you want to continue. Press A, go up to install the Homebrew channel, and click A. Yes, continue. A. It'll load. Now, you have to have internet connection to your Wii already before you do this to have this work, I think. No? I don't know. It's a good idea, though, so I would suggest doing that if you haven't already. Success, if it fails, I don't know. I've never had it fail. So if it's not a success, you may want to look into what you should do. But it should succeed because this is very well made. You want to press continue. And then you just want to click exit. And this should take you to here. And you will have no idea what the hell you're doing. That's okay. Press the Wii menu button. And go to exit to system menu. Actually, you can just shut down. And that's when we go back over to the computer. Okay guys, so now we're back on the computer, and you want to go to the second link in the description. Now if you don't want Visual Boy Advance, and you don't want a Game Boy emulator, then you can stop here. You're done, you've hacked your Wii, you have the Homebrew channel, and now you can go and do all the tutorials that you can find. But if you do want Visual Boy Advance, then here's how to get it. So you go to the second link in the description. Again, you don't have to. And you want to click download over here in the little side box. This will take you to a Google code page, and you want to download the middle one, Visual Boy Advance GX228 or whatever version .zip. Just don't get the channel installer and don't get the GameCube version, because you know that doesn't work. Okay, you should get the zip file. It doesn't matter where you put it. And you want to open it up. And you want to make sure your SD card is back in your computer. And you want to open that up too. Take these folders that are right here in the Visual Boy Advance thing. And just drag them over. And to be able to play games, you're going to need some ROMs. Now, I don't condone pirating, so you can't really get any unless you own the game. Like, let's say you own Pokemon Emerald. Then you can just go on to websites that I will not link for reasons, and just take your good old, zip or GBA file of the game and drop it right into VBAGX ROMs. Just drop that right in, and that's where your games are. So if you look at this, you should have apps, VBAGX, bunch of stuff, and you should have VBAGX ROMs, and then your games, and then saves, and nothing. If you do that, now we can go back over to the Wii, and we can open up the Homebrew channel with the SD card in. Start. That should be on your Wii's menu. If it isn't, then, well, it should be. Go to Visual Boy Advance GX, which you'll see is now there. And if you popped any games in, which I would assume you did, you will see it. And you can press A on it, and it'll load, and then suddenly Pokemon, or whatever you chose. And I know you can't hear it, that's because the way my capture is set up, there's no sound, but it's a regular emulator. If you've ever used a Game Boy emulator before, then it's your normal stuff, and it's got in-game saving, full button mapping. It works with the GameCube controller, the Classic controller, and the Classic Controller Pro, and the Wii Remote on its own. No nunchuck support, but you don't really need nunchuck support. And if you press the home menu button, you can even do save states, saving and loading save states without saving in the game. So that's another thing you can do. So yeah, this works with most games. I know it doesn't work with Mario 3. That's the only game I've found that just doesn't work at all. Other than that, you know, you can test it out. It's not the best thing ever, but it is running on your Wii, so that's pretty cool, you know. If you have your Wii hooked up to a big TV, you can play all your Game Boy games on a big TV without having to go get a GameCube Game Boy player thingy. Screw that. Games. So that's all for today, guys. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it and favorite and all those things. And if you like a lot of my videos, you know, check out my channel. If you like my videos, you can make yourself a sandwich and sub and things. Ooh, what should I name myself? I'm going to name myself... So it's... Yes. So yeah, that's all for today, guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Soul Closet out. Bye.